it becomes very clear to me that if you are a short, small man like me, I was only 5'2.5" when I was young. You can't compete directly. And especially if you are what do you call it? Ectomorphic short man. You're going to disappear in a fight for attention. If you can't rivet, and hold attention with your presence, with your being in a social situation in the now, with all the nuances of the now, facing the challenge of the immediate, and know how to work with that immediate, how to be a very good chameleon. I'm talking about verbal judo, of course. Dr. Thompson, I'm referring to. Very good chameleon with a very well-schooled, well-trained cobra. That's your physical condition, your fighting ability, your predatorial ability to always back up the chameleon. The chameleon is a rhetorician, the persuader, the one who sells himself first. You can't do anything unless you can sell yourself. And the real question to ask is not what do you say and do after you say hello? No. The question for a short, small man who has no appearance and no personality like me, how do you approach hello? And the problem is, unfortunately, I'm telling the truth as far as I know it, we have to come as a petitioner and a solicitor. We have to be very cautious, and we have to come if we're approaching a woman or anybody with caution and invitation only. And we have to develop the ability to assess that invitation at all times and critically evaluate it. We have to know when to say goodbye. Toughest thing of all. And all of this, of course, certainly is predicated on not becoming addicted to the presence of any woman or anybody. Don't need me. That comes first. We have to be self-sufficient, self-reliant, self-contained, self-motivating. But we have to walk away. We have to become masters, artists, professional communicators of controlling frivolous conversation. That's the art. And knowing what to say and what to do and when to shut up. And we have to know where we are vulnerable. Physically, myself, I'm crippled. I can't raise my arms over my head. I can't use my arms only to a small extent as a result of cervical spine trauma. This is called radiculopathy losses. That's losses to the extremity, my bicep, my shoulders, and so on and so forth. Myelopathic consequences are different. That involves the spinal cord directly. Walking, standing, etc. And of course it's progressive. But I'm pushing 80 years old now. I am an amateur philosopher, which means we make inquiry, we ask questions, we make investigations, we see things from many different sides. We change perspectives, we ask different questions, and we have absolutely no fear of going into the arena of encounter and confrontation in the now, and working with the now and accepting the reality of the now and the nuances of the now and what the now has to say about me. It took me a lifetime to find out I don't get what I want. I get who I am, how I behave, how I look, how I assert myself. There is no such thing as equity out there. You make your equity by your behavior and what you say. It took me a lifetime to learn. We must learn to speak clearly. Clarity is power. We must learn to say what we mean and mean what we say and ask for what we want in clear, definitive terms that we're not understandable. If we can't communicate who we are and what we want, that doesn't mean you have to get it. There is no entitlement. There's no fairness. There's no equity. There's no fair play. Begin with that. If it's to be, it's up to you and me. If it gets done, you and I are the one. There's no other way. There's no other alternative as far as I can see it. If there was, I would certainly say it. And I've done tremendous investigation into the sociology of the absurd. It's all a show. And in the final analysis, you get what you deserve. If you're not getting what you want, you're getting what you deserve. What I mean by that is you and I must learn to own the experience and own everything about it. Say yes to the experience. Look forward to the bad experiences. Look forward to your critic. The worst critic of all, I welcome that man because I'm going to learn something from this man. I know how to listen properly. I know how to paraphrase if I don't understand something. And I know how to empty my mind and my being and not bring any bias. My opinions, what I think, don't mean anything when I'm engaged in a debate or a conversation with another social actor in the social environment. There are the tremendous legal aspects of it. When I speak, it's now not so simple anymore. And I could, of course, go on and on with this. This is a primer. This is a start. And what we're talking about here, of course, is the strategies for the small, short man. You need strategies. You need guidance. It's not a question of how to say, what do you say after you say hello. You're not gonna have anything to say after you say hello if you can't say hello in the first place and survive. And he's got to be patient. Patience is a virtue. Haste makes waste. Patience is a virtue. He has to be deliberate, he has to be mature, and he has to be present. It's to change perspectives, and you have to be able to put your mind totally and completely in the mind of the other person you're talking to. You have to become him in your mind in order to respond and process accurately what you see right before your eyes. Very difficult to do. It's the art of communication on all levels.